Good evening. Another reminder that winter is still here. A major winter storm is serving up a bit of everything, making travel very difficult tonight. Even driving on the interstates proved tricky. Many of us had to scrape away ice from our cars at least once during the day. Most of the area has seen a mix of freezing rain, sleet, and snow. And there is more to come.
Right now, the snow is still falling here. A couple of hours ago, the snowflakes were very large. Now, over the last couple of hours, we've seen those snowflakes get a little bit smaller and more of a light, fluffy snow. I know some areas, especially further to the south along the Ohio River, still seeing those big, white, fluffy flakes out there. Now, as far as snowfall totals, we had a little bit of sleet before we changed over to snow. So if we take a look at some of our snowfall totals here at the station in Carterville, we're approaching about 4 inches. Now, that does include about a 1/4 of an inch of sleet underneath of that. Actually standing right now on a grassy surface, there's also a layer of ice underneath of that right now. That's as a result of some rain that fell last night. Then we had the sleet, then we had the snow. Of course, we'll continue to take measurements this evening as the snow continues to pile up. Visibility has also been an issue this afternoon. At times, visibility under a 1/4 of a mile. Here, the snow has started to lighten up just a bit. Still, though, seeing visibility right now at about a 1/2 mile. Traffic moving somewhat slow here behind me on Route 13. As I mentioned, we'll continue to keep measurements throughout the evening, but for right now, live in Carterville, Nick Hausen, News 3.
We have crews throughout the area checking on those road conditions. Let's start in Massac County, where Tony Lawback is battling the elements. And Tony, what are the roads like in that area?
I'll tell you what, battling the elements is probably an understatement today, Mark. The roads out here are absolute mess, and as Nick was mentioning, some of the big snowflakes down here at points, if you stepped outside of your car, these flakes you could hear hitting you. They were so big, probably quarter size or better. And the roads are completely covered. I-24 crossing the Ohio River. There are 2 accidents right near the bridge on the Illinois and Kentucky side of the line that's got traffic backed up in both directions here. We're getting on just past Metropolis, heading back towards the north. The interstate is completely covered. They have brought plows out. We see them out every about 15, 20 minutes. But the snow's coming down so heavy, it's just recovering the roads. And another thing, too, with the visibility and the wind is blowing the snow in places across the interstate, so you get some very limited visibility trying to get around here. So it's a very slow go, very treacherous. A lot of cars have not had very much success and have been in ditches and medians throughout the evening. So we're gonna take it slow and keep it through safely as we can. Live from Massac County, Tony Lawback, News 3.
To Williamson County now, where roads are also treacherous. News 3's Matthew Norton has been out and about, and he says conditions continue to worsen.
Mark, wouldn't you know it, just in time for the evening rush hour. Conditions really deteriorating now. Here you're looking at Route 13 behind me and the intersection of 148 that leads to Heron. We've just come back from Heron, where road conditions are really slippery, and we were probably going only about 30, 35 miles an hour. Also slippery along Route 13 here, and as you can see, visibility isn't good, and it's going to go even worse as the sun goes down. You're not going to be able to see too much further than your headlights illuminate in front of you, so it's going to be a slow drive home for those folks who did have to work today. In Williamson County, Matthew Norton, News 3.
Let's head west now to Jackson County, where Anna Giles is standing by. Anna, I imagine it's also slow going in Murfreesboro.
Mark, it is. We are headed, just turning on to Route 149 right now. Visibility not good at all. We are in the thick of the snowstorm. Now, about half an hour ago, police had this entire road a little farther back blocked off after a semi-truck driver lost control near Kincaid Lane. Police say it wasn't a rollover, but the semi was stuck sideways across both lanes. That's cleared up now. Foreman at the Public Works Department tell me plowing in this area has been really difficult. They describe it as a never-ending cycle. Every time they plow a street, it's covered with snow again within a few minutes. All 5 of Murfreesboro's snowplows have been out since 9 this morning when the snow really started to hit. Now, they're also spreading salt out on the roads to help with traction, but they're going to have to be a bit stingy with that. Public Works Foreman Darren Mills tells me the department only has 100 tons of salt left, and that goes quickly. He estimates today alone they'll use 50 tons, and they're looking at a tough night ahead. Murfreesboro Mayor Will Stevens already had to cancel his State of the City address tomorrow because of the weather. For now, live in Murfreesboro, Anna Giles, News 3.